Today we are getting to the end of our pizza project. We will be doing task 13 together, and then task 14 you'll be doing on your own, and then we will be done. So task 13 is customer service comes first. In any business, it's important to keep our customers happy. Let's solve some customer problems. So we have to figure out how to make our customers happy. This first one says, a customer comes in today and says, I just went to the pizza place across the street and their pizza is cheaper than yours. It's $4 for 1/8 of a pizza at your restaurant and only $3 for 1/8 of a pizza at the place across the street. You decide to investigate. You find that your pizza is more expensive, but there's more to the story. Take a look at the pictures. Is 1/8 of a pizza the same at both restaurants? What will you say to the customer? So I'm going to zoom in a little bit so we can see. Whoops, too much. Okay. So right here we have our pizza and then the competitor's pizza. And they're both split into eighths, so that's correct. But comparing these two pizzas, I see that they are different sizes. So while we charge $4 for our slice, and again, the fractions are the same, we both get 1/8 of it, one slice. But we charge 4 and they charge 3. But look at our piece compared to theirs. Our piece is a lot bigger than theirs. So is 1/8 of pizza the same at both restaurants? No. The pizzas are different sizes. Our pizza is bigger. So we charge more. More money for one slice. And again, the fractions are the same, but because our pizza is bigger, that means 1/8. This 1/8 is bigger than this 1/8. When you're doing fractions, the fractions are the same if the size is the same, but these sizes are different. Number 2, one of your customers just came in to grab his regular Sunday night order, a large ham and bacon pizza, but on the way out, he drops the box. Oh no, he exclaims, I just dropped 1/4 of my pizza on the floor. You don't waste any time replacing the pieces that fell on the floor. After all, he comes in every Sunday and you want to treat him well. How many new pieces of pizza do you give him? Well, he says 1/4 of his pizza dropped. However, I don't see fourths here. I see that it's cut up into more. So we need to be finding our equivalent fractions. So we'll write it off to the side. Let me make sure I have a dark color so you can see. So 1/4 is equal to, and we need to find our denominator so we can count these pieces. So I'm gonna start here with the dot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry. Let me start over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it looks like 12 is going to be our denominator, and we need to figure out our numerator. We need to figure out what 1/4 is equal to, how many 12ths. So again, we can do this a couple ways. We can do our butterfly method. 1 times 12 is 12. 4 times what is 12? And you know that you're going to count by 4. So 4, 8, 12. So that gives me a 3. You can also multiply across to double check our work. So we can do 4 times 3 is 12. What you do to the bottom, you do to the top. 1 times 3 is 3. So we know that he is going to need 3 slices. We can also just look at our picture and cut it into fourths. Again, we've talked about this last week. And so this is just a little review. So if I cut it into fourths, 1, 2, 3, 4, now we see that 3 slices make up just 1/4 of this pizza. So I'm going to type that over here. How many new pieces of pizza do you give him? I will give him 3 pieces. Okay, next slide. This says you have a customer on the phone ordering a pizza. She says, "Hello, I'd like a medium pizza, please. I need 3/6 cheese and 3/6 ham." And you say, "Okay," you reply, "so that's 1/2 cheese and 1/2 ham." "No," the customer responds, "I said 3/6 cheese and 3/6 ham." "Let me explain," you begin. Explain to the customer why you are right about her order. Use the diagram to help you explain. So right here we have this cut into sixths and we have this cut into halves. So our customer is saying that she wants 3/6 of cheese, so it'd be here. And I'll change colors. And 3/6 ham. When you say, "Oh, half and half," well, look right here. 3 of those pieces is the same as 1/2 of the pizza. So you are correct in saying that half cheese and half ham is the same as 3/6 cheese and 3/6 ham. They are equivalent fractions. Another way to look at this, 1/2 of 6 is 3. So that's another way to remember that 3/6 is the same as 1/2. So you could say 1/2, and 3/6 are equivalent fractions. The 3 slices here is the same as 1 slice here. And this last part, also we can just check it here. You always want to check your work. 3/6, 6, and 2 times 3 is 6. Yep, equivalent fractions. Okay, this last one. As you walk through the restaurant, a man at a table gets your attention. "Excuse me," he begins. "I asked for 1/2 cup of cheese on the pizza, but it still tastes too cheesy." You ask the cook, and she says, "Oh dear, I accidentally put 3/4 of a cup of cheese. How much more cheese was added than what should have been added?" All right, so the customer only wanted a 1/2, but the cook accidentally did 3/4. So we're going to color in 3/4 right here. So 1, 2, 3. So that is what the cook added. Now we have to do what the customer actually wanted, which was 1/2. Well, if we're looking at this object, it's cut into fourths, so we need to make sure that's only cut in 2s. So I'm going to cut that in 2, 1, 2, and he wanted 1/2. So we're going to fill in that one side. So if we're looking at these two, the cook gave him an extra what fraction? Let you think about it for a second. The cook gave him an extra 1/4 cup. Because you can see here, this is 1/4, this is 2/4, and 2/4 is the same as 1/2, as this diagram is showing. So 1/4, 2/4, 3/4. And this is the extra one. So how much more cheese was added? The cook added 1/4 extra, 1/4 cups of, hold on. The cook added an extra 1/4 cup of cheese. Took an extra 1/4 cup of cheese. So if she would have done 2/4, that's the same as 1/2, so that she would have been fine. But she had an extra fourth in there. Okay, so then you are going to complete task 14 on your own. Task 14 is comparing fractions, which we have done before. This is just review. So it says, which is more? Circle the fraction. So here's your circle. So you're going to drag it to whichever one is more. And then you can use these dots to help you fill in the pizzas to get a visual. So for this first one, 3/6, you can put 3 dots here. Fill in your 3 pieces, and then you can do your 3 dots here. And then that's just your visual. Which one has more, 3/6 or 3/8? You can also over here do your butterfly method. 3/6 equals 3/8. Cross multiply, see which one is greater. And again, on the number line, you can plot those points, see which one is greater, which one has the most space in between. This one down here says complete the sentence. When the numerator is the same, the bigger fraction is the one with the smaller number and the one with the bigger number. You have to fill that box in. And again, same thing, use your number line, plot the points, 2/4, where does it show on this number line? 8/12, where does it show? Complete the sentence. When the denominator is the same, the bigger fraction is the one with the bigger number or the smaller number. And down here, it says use the lines to the right to divide up your pizza. So I gave you some lines over here. You just click and drag. This one's asking for you to cut your pizza in 4th, 6th, and 8ths. So again, just drag your lines over here to cut it up. So there would be your 4th. And then don't forget, oops, come back. Okay. Don't forget your 6th is just a line across, and then these two, the X's. Oh no. Why is my, okay, there we go. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect, just try your best. And then your 8th would be a cross and a X. So play around with that and then tell me which pizza has the bigger slices and how do you know? Let me put these back. Okay. Again, any questions, video call me. I will help you if you need it.